I stabbed a cow in front of a child. I am a live on-site cowboy that worked on a ranch that deals with horses and cattle. To keep money flowing, the ranch offered tours to the public as a getaway during the slow seasons. Today, I drew the short straw to be a tour guide. Hello, I will be your tour guide for you today on Hope Acres. My name is Tom. My clothing was dusty, torn, and smelled of sweat and manure. I watched as the parents wrinkled their noses at me in disgust. Please follow me as I load the small family into the ATV for the tour. Why couldn't you have just taken us to the seaside resort? The wife moaned out. My jaw clenches as I keep my mouth shut. Because we never experienced something like this, Lorraine. The husband groaned out. Glad to see we weren't your first choice, I thought darkly, as I maneuvered us to the first pasture of grass for the cattle. However, you might be right this time, the husband had continued. I'm usually right, Daniel. Lorraine sniffed in disdain. Off to your left, you'll see the longhorn cattle we raise here. I point out more for Nick's benefit. My eyes spot a cow going down. Stay here. I put the ATV in park before running over and skidding between the fences. Damn it, I curse, noting the cow's stomach distending rapidly. Bloat. What's bloat? The family of three asked, standing above me. Go back to the ATV, I snapped, pulling a long needle out of my pocket. The wife lets out a scream as I punch the needle into the cow's stomach. A whoosh of air escapes from the needle. How on earth did you bloat? I mutter, staring down at the cow. There's no alfalfa hay in the pasture here. I ran down. Is she going to be safe? Nick asks softly. For the moment, little man. I responded, trying to figure out how she had bloated. Did you three see anything? The husband and wife shake their heads. Nick looks at me. Like what? Like a green substance or a prickly bush. I look at Nick as he stands up before plucking a plant next to us a few feet away. Like this? Nick asks, showing me the foxtail-looking plant. I groaned in dismay. Exactly like that. I run a hand through my short hair as I take the cowboy hat off. That can wipe out an entire herd of cattle, I explain to Nick as Nick's eyes widen. Like that? He asks, looking at the cow on the ground. Exactly like that. I grab my radio and start talking. We have foxtail in pasture 9, I state in disgust before I start hearing cattle moving in distress. My head snaps up at the sound as all four of us walk over the small hill. Cows were dropping left, right, and center. 911, cows are going down. Nick tugs on my sleeve, showing me something worse than foxtail. Alfalfa hay we feed the horses. Change that. Foxtail and alfalfa in pasture. Call the vet and get everyone out here, or we're losing the whole herd here. I spin downwards to Nick. I need your help. You saw how I stabbed that cow? Nick nods. I need you to do the same with any cows you see laying down. I hand him another needle. Think you can help a cowboy out? On it. Nick starts running off as Lorraine and Daniel agree reluctantly to help. It took the four of us running for 15 minutes before the other cowboys showed up. Sweat was pouring down all of our faces as we raced to save as many cattle as possible. It took another hour before our vet showed up. The Goodwell family comes over to me as the last of the cattle are taken into the semi to be checked out. Thank you. I responded to the small family. A tired smile spreads across the family's faces. We are just glad we got to help you, Lorraine states. Daniel shakes my hand. Thank you for keeping healthy meat on my table to feed my family. Maybe, just maybe, I had changed a city family's mind about country life. I'm going to grow up to be a cowboy, Nick says with wild eyes and a grin of adrenaline. It wasn't until 2 years later did I see Nick in a semi-truck bringing in a load of cattle to Hope Acres. I told you, Tom. I shake my head with a grin as I ruffle Nick's hair. So you did, Nick. So you did.